Hey, what's going on, everyone? Again, my name is Juan. I'm a real estate investor, 29 years old, getting ready to retire from working a day job. I've been investing part time since I was 26. Had fun, had some ups and downs while doing it. Learned a lot. Bumped my knee a couple of times, but I had to get back up, dust myself off and keep it moving. I'm very motivated. I listen to a lot of stuff like in church about, finding ways to invest, using the Bible. A lot of people don't know there's a lot of secrets in the Bible in regard to investing, especially in Proverbs. I don't think most people realize that Solomon was the richest and wisest man who ever lived. And he has several books, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, in the Bible in which he talks about business and investing in people. So why not learn from the best? And also listen to highly motivated people like Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor, of course Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale. That's all that comes to mind. What's his name? James Allen. It's a lot of good people that I listen to. Because you got to stay motivated in real estate. You got to be persistent. Like Einstein said, he said, a person who never tries anything new never makes a mistake. Or a person who never makes mistakes is a person who never tries anything new. So if you're trying real estate for the first time, you will make some mistakes. You will fall down, bump your knee, especially if you don't have a mentor. But even if you do have a mentor, you will make those subtle mistakes, like dealing with tenants, screening them effectively, buying the property right, making sure the rehab is done right, making sure you're doing references on your contractors, working with certain real estate agents, and doing your contracts right with tenants and things like that. So I'm here to help. I want to make sure I give good advice and also counsel people and make sure that all their real estate investing is done in the proper way, because you want to do it right. You want to buy it right. That's the key right there. Most people think in real estate that you make money when you sell. In actuality, you make money when you buy. I'm not a flipper. I don't buy a house low and sell it high, because to me that's like speculating. It's like gambling. It's like what people do in the stock market. Me, I'm an investor. I invest for cash flow. For those of you who don't know what cash flow is, it's the gross revenue that you receive from the rent minus any vacancy allowances. A vacancy allowance is basically like a percentage you put on your property, and assuming that it'll be vacant. Maybe it might be 3%, 5%. You minus all the operating expenses, such as the taxes, the insurance, utilities if you have to pay that, things like that, management fees. I manage my own properties. I live in New Jersey. My properties are in Pittsburgh. I'm in New Jersey, North Jersey, like by the New York City area. And all my properties are in Pittsburgh, and I manage them myself. And I'm sure you're asking, how can you manage a property if you don't even live in the same city? It's quite easy, especially in the world we live in with all the technology. And I'm actually having this video on my iPhone, so it's even simple too. I don't even have to leave my room. But yeah, so it's basically your net revenue from rents, subtracting all your expenses and your debt service, meaning your mortgage or whatever loan or note you have on the property. That's your cash flow, and that's what I invest for. Now, when the cash flow that you receive from your rental properties exceeds your monthly expenses, let's say your cash flow, your rent minus all your principal, interest, taxes, insurance, your other fees, whatever, is $5,000 a month, but your monthly expenses is $4,999. You no longer have need for a day job. And that's my goal, is to be financially free and independent. And that should be your goal too. You can do it. It's highly attainable. All you gotta do is just follow certain principles, certain practices. You want to make sure you buy the property right, like I mentioned before. You want to make sure that you use other people's money to buy it, to rehab it, for closing costs, so that you get an asset. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, so that you get an asset without any out-of-pocket cost to you. And it's made perfect. So when a tenant moves into a perfect property that you bought for the perfect price, they won't be calling you with maintenance issues. That's the main reason why tenants call. Either they don't have to rent or they got problems with the property. But if you did your part you made the property perfect and at the right price, it's at market value or below market value, you have nothing to worry about. And especially if you screen a tenant perfectly, it's easy selling from there. So I spend about 4 hours a week. So that's why I named this the 4-hour real estate investor, because I spend 4 hours or less on my real estate properties. For my tenants, I might get a call once a month, maybe. Not by all of them, but maybe one or two. So it's very passive. And I love receiving rental checks in the mail. Like, I just sit back and I visualize myself receiving checks and open my eyes, and it's actually true. It's a great feeling to actually have people send you money in the mail or have it directly deposited in your bank account. I give my tenants options. They can either mail me the check, deposit it directly in my checking account, or pay me using PayPal, and I also accept credit card payments on my iPhone. So it's pretty automated. In later YouTubes, I'll pretty much tell you the process that I do to be an absentee real estate investor. All right, take it easy.